Boom! Hello, good morning, everyone. What a surprise! I'm not Jordan. Games for you, as you can see. I'm Sergio, community developer here at Amplitude Studios. Some of you may recognize me, or others not, if it's your first time here. So with
Yes.
me,
I'm Stephanie, also community manager or
yes,
community developer, however you prefer. I don't care. Here at Amplitude, but today I'm actually pretending to be a modder. I say pretending
pretending.
because before I prepared for this stream, I hadn't touched the modding tools in like over a year. I'm super rusty.
Now I'm sure you're gonna be fine. So yeah, the idea is like
I see my supporters already in chat. Dr. Kane, he can help me if anything breaks.
So yes, we as you have seen, Jordan is on holidays. So enjoy your vacation, Jordan. We hope you are having a really nice time.
Well, I hope he's not watching because that wouldn't
Yeah,
be
but
properly
but I'm
disconnecting.
sure like he's gonna see this stream later when he's come back. So I hope you have a really nice time. And yes, as Jordan is not here, we didn't want to continue his game because he's doing some weird stuff.
Yeah, no, if you look at the camera radio, yes, it definitely
Yeah, maybe,
you become slightly see-through.
Yes, I can see especially. Okay, yeah. Well, never mind, never mind. Don't look at my glass.
Do not look at
I'm
his
not gonna
eyes.
speak to you here. No, it's fine. As we didn't continue, well, as we didn't want to continue, the game that Jordan was playing, we just decided like it's gonna be a nice moment for those of you that were interested on modding to just showcasing for the first time. We're gonna try to experiment. Not me, Stephanie mainly is going to experiment.
I'm not so much I have done the experimenting last week, and I took my very nice humankind notebook and wrote down exactly what I want to do here, so I don't break anything too badly on stream. At the end, I might do some experimenting with it, but we're gonna do something simple. We're gonna just implement a new unit, and if we're done with that quickly enough, then I might also experiment with making the unit a unit that you recruit through other means than building it. Similar to how you can buy the
Do you want to
Hunnic Horde.
Do you want to hint us on what type of units? Or like, are we talking about ancient era?
I have taken inspiration from discussion I've seen a lot in the community, and also have seen in some mods. And yes, it's going to be an ancient era unit simply for testing purposes. It needs to be something we can access quickly. And I think we'll make a skirmisher, like a javelin unit that doesn't take penalties in melee because they're equipped with spears. That would then later on upgrade into like horsemen or whatever, because those, as much as our VIPs have been having discussions recently about how the scout riders and other light cavalry in humankind does not reflect the historical use of cavalry.
Yes,
it's kind of how they fit into the game system, into the battle system. Like, you need that unit that can move around the enemy without being blocked.
Okay, you're gonna be as well as a teacher because I have
Yes
not that many knowledge. So you're gonna teach me everything, and also for the chat, for not for Bruno, we're not gonna teach anything to you, Dr. Kane. But for the rest of the people that are not used to the modding tools, I think this is going to be a nice video as a first experience.
Yes, it's not quite the very first time experience when showing off, simply because very first time you need to install Unity, and since that can take a long time, we didn't want to be like, oh, this is how you get the modding tools, and then Unity takes 2 hours to install. That would not be a fun stream.
We skip a bit this part of the process.
Yes.
But in any case, before just jump into the how to do it and how to access the modding tools, I would like to point out that there is an official modding guide that the team prepared at the release of the modding tools. Of course, I know there are some elements that are outdated.
They are slightly outdated, and we hope to find the time to update it and make it a little easier to digest, because the current version is roughly 160 pages, and that looks very scary to a newcomer. It's a lot less scary once you realize that most pages have 1 to 2 screenshots on them. But when you look at it and it says 160 pages, you're like, oh my god, this is way too complicated. I'm never gonna get this. And in some ways it is complicated, in other ways it isn't. But it takes some getting used to, I think.
It's like everything in life. You need a bit of experience to get your hands dirty and just get into the business. Let's call it that way. So should we just move into the Unity process? I'm just gonna do it myself. We're
So
here. Steam.
we're actually not in Unity yet.
Not
exactly.
yet.
We're
Not yet.
in Steam because we want to show you. Okay, if you have Humankind on Steam, then in the tools section of Steam, you should find the Humankind mod tools. So you can find them just by searching for Humankind mod, and you'll find them. When you launch them, it will give you a wizard, and if it's the first time, it will actually walk you through these steps of locating or installing the Unity hub and the editor. And you also need a Unity license, but since you're private people doing this for fun and your own enjoyment, you can just claim a personal license, and that's just these days it's like a 2-button click. You make an account with Unity. I think you can even use your Gmail account for that.
But that process of claiming
and then we will not see it here.
Okay.
But when you install it, it first says you need to install the hub, which if you don't have the Unity hub, you just click this button after picking where you want it, and then it'll install. And then here it tells you, okay, you need to have a Unity account. So if you don't have one, you click here to create one. But as I say, I think there are several other accounts you can use. Like I think it can tie into your Gmail account and stuff like that.
Okay.
And then in the hub, you open the hub, and there is a manage licenses thing somewhere where you can make sure it's active. And then the next thing is it will look for the editor version, and if it can't find this version, you can just say, okay, install it here, and click it, and then it will install it. And then we come to the very important first step that always holds me back from actually starting projects. What the hell is the mod project called? So this is one of the reasons why I decided beforehand what we're gonna do, and now let's hope I get this right on this French keyboard set to English layout.
Hey, thank you, Otter Shine, for claiming the VIP. I will do it just after the stream, or just at the once, because right now we are into this. So I will do it just after.
And then when you click create project, it will create the actual Unity project. Which be patient here, please. It takes a while to create, as you will see.
Yeah, it's like
I think you can barely not see it because the camera is in front of it, but there's a very, very tiny progress bar on,
you can see
the Unity icon right now.
It's low in everything. This is what people will be interested to talk about the project name size limit. Oh,
yes, I know there's a project name size limit. I don't remember how much it is. Dr. Ken probably knows by heart how many characters it is. But yes, there's a maximum length to how long your project name.
I mean, I guess you will get an error message like, "Hey, this is too big. Please go shorter." I mean, I don't know by heart, but that should be the normal way of telling the user, like, hey.
something like that. But let me see if we actually have.
Yes, you can
there we can see, and you can see here. It's been busy for almost a minute already. It takes a while to import everything.
It's like the same experience when we're opening like Photoshop or Adobe Premiere. Like, oh yes.
Photoshop starts by chanting the sacred binaric and bringing out the incense.
So okay, for those of you that you don't see the chat, Dr. Ken is telling us like the project name, it cannot be big, otherwise the modeling tool won't tell you like, hey, this is too long. It will only tell you once you actually
see actually, Dr. Kane, send me a message, please, so that I can make a note of that to forward that to the production team, so they can update that wizard, so that under the project name there can be a line saying like maximum of this many characters or whatever. Because I'm not sure they can set the wizard up so that it blocks you putting in too much, but we can at least put the information there.
The wizard episode. I was just looking the
wizard episode.
Yes. Wizard episode.
I mean, I've had discussions about all of this with colleagues about various things, and someone's like, "Why are they talking about a wizard?" And I was like, "Oh my god."
Yeah.
I think actually calling this a wizard I think that was actually a brand name.
Oh, really?
Like originally on like Windows 95 or something, there was like a company that made a tool to create this kind of step-by-step thing, and they were called Install Wizard.
Hello, Oscar.
Thank you, Dr. Kane.
Yes. Oh snap! It's some humankind and in C++.
In C++.
Oof.
No,
no.
please, no C++. No. I can't even manage Python, much less C++.
I think it's already over there, right?
It might have opened.
But
as you can see,
it's not yet.
It's not
yet.
done yet. No.
We're gonna leave them a bit.
It takes a while.
I know. I just wanted to open it because it's like, oh.
But you can see it's now loading Mercury databases. So now it was at the actual step of importing the actual game data.
Okay.
And
now I'm feeling better. We're gonna wait. No. Second bar.
Yes.
There's only 10 more bars.
It is an experience opening the modding tools editor. It's it's an emotional roller coaster. You never know, did it crash or is it just rebooting?
I can imagine that in this case, Dr. Kane will have always open it. That way he doesn't need to suffer this.
Never close.
So I think you can just we can just keep it that way. Otherwise you can down. Yes, and you can just this one. Boom.
Just don't mind the black bar at the bottom, please. But for now we're focusing on the actual unit. First thing I like to do, this window I don't actually need as far as I know, so I'm getting rid of that. And this is the first part here that is important for us, the initialization basically. And hey Axel. So before you can do anything, you need to put in a name, but of course it imports the valid name, and yes, it tells you this is a valid name. I think it has some opinions on special characters and stuff like that.
Yeah, it looks
like invalid characters, like you can't use this stuff because it'll break stuff.
Maybe.
And actually, there is maximum 64 characters.
There we go. I think we're fine.
And then you do need to actually initialize it, so then you can put in like, let's say, for example, mod creator amplitude. Well, I guess technically amplitude studios. So a description adds a short Westy dash on this.
Well, you never know.
Well, I can always fix it later. Short range.
You don't see it, but we'll have just the microphone. Just
yes,
here,
it's very difficult to type with the microphone in the way skirmisher unit. And also the keyboard is not actually in front of me.
Yes. So my first question, I'm gonna have a lot of questions. Yes. So this author and the descriptor is what you will see when you import.
This is like the like what it default fills in for the description, like mod.io and Steam
Yeah,
Workshop.
that's what I was thinking. Okay.
I will you keep something short here, and then after you upload it, you go into mod.io or Steam Workshop and edit it there, because you have better formatting tools in the website itself. And then obviously release notes would be very important here, and so it's like 0.1
what am I doing?
Release
what am I doing?
version.
So we have a question. I'm not sure if I understand it. Combine on it over amplitude mercantiles. I'm not sure if that's
that's a reference to something in a different stream.
So you can answer.
It's a Dune reference.
Okay.
I don't know if you know, but at this point we have a exclamation point reference command in chat for when Jordan doesn't get references.
Really? Okay. So Dr. Ken is telling us like it's there is a maximum of 64 characters, which is a lie. Since Vanilla Portfolios was 27. Okay. That's something that we can note it for.
Oh no! Oh, he never added it. Oh,
Jordan, how are you?
We will have to remind him when he's back.
Like opening things on the phone.
But to be fair to Jordan, the chat was very much targeting him with exclamation point reference last time.
Okay.
So yes, then
I think we have to curse the rebellion. Okay.
Yes, this tab though is super important for actually working on a mod, because this is where you get the actual in-game data, the in-game elements that you can then modify.
Okay.
So, as I said, we'll want to try making a little skirmisher unit.
Yes.
So, what we're using as the baseline here will be the archer. So we're like, okay,
that's the archives. Okay.
So override from archives is like, hey, check the game files, and then you get this
Oh.
whole damn list of potential game files.
They don't see it.
Oh no! Oh no! So I guess we are switching back to
Yes.
screen after all,
Yep.
because it pulls up a different window that
Yep.
it doesn't recognize. So yes, you get this whole list of potential game files. But of course, this is a pain to navigate if you try to find it by hand. So
Yes. And you can
we
use
will
the
just
search.
try Archers, and then we
The
can
first
see
one, I
here.
guess.
There's multiple things we need, because you can see here,
A
bunch of
lot.
stuff shows up multiple times,
Yes.
and this is because there's 3 elements
Okay.
to a unit or any element in game really.
Mm-hmm.
There's the definition, there's the descriptors, and there's the UI mapper.
Okay.
Very simplified overview. The definition tells the game what it is. The descriptor tells the game what it does, and the UI mapper tells the game how to show it to the player.
Okay.
So the UI mapper is what it's important to actually have it show up, like in the menu in the city, so you can build it in the army panel and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
The definition says, "Hey, this is a unit with these properties," and then the descriptors have the actual properties in them. Like it has this range, has this combat strength, that stuff. And we can preview them here to make sure we have the right ones. So we can see here
on the right side. Okay.
Descriptor mapper. This is, I think, is from the UI. To make sure that I have all of them, I will actually, because I know where to find them. Yeah, these are the effect mappers. This is not the correct one.
So I have a question in the meantime. How likely is that other games might have the same usable unit files? I think that's vary a lot on the project, because I think this is the first time, correct me here because you have been here more than me, that we have using this more friendly environment.
Well, the thing is, when they say other games have the same usable unit files, first question, are you talking about actually the units, or is that the type when you mean Unity files? Because that is, an important question, since we've been talking about modding about units.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let me find here. So yes, here we can see the 3 components I mentioned.
Yes.
Land units. So we have archers.
Yes.
For the definition. We'll need the descriptor for the archers. Where are they? Here. And we'll need the
mappers.
But actually, here's the trick. Because I don't want the archers to look like archers.
Okay.
Because they're supposed to be like spear units. I will actually take the, where is it? Common, no, Olmec javelin throwers for the UI mapper. And this is like our basis on what we will be working on here in the databases.
So how you can see now the 3 elements that you selected?
Yes, I just need to actually
okay,
unfold this.
Okay.
And here we can see it. And then what I usually like to do when I work on these is actually first I go in and duplicate them and rename them appropriately. And that way I have the old one as a reference in case I make a mistake, and then I can delete it at the end when I'm done making my changes.
That's very nice.
Duplicate.
You can copy paste their skirmisher.
I probably should, yes. Oh, I should also spell it correctly before I copy paste it.
Units, not Unity files.
Okay, so the answer to that is basically 0. Because like the actual, of course, how it works in game, you can't copy that between games because we use different game values. But also like the 3D models are most likely set up in different ways. And I know some modders have figured out ways to import 3D models into, oh no, where's the underscore on this one?
Probably one of those should be, maybe.
Nope.
No. Do you need the underscore?
Yes.
Nope.
This is what happens when you're on French key. But anyway, to finish. So yeah, I know some modders have figured out ways to import 3D models for buildings, but obviously buildings don't have animations. and it's like really the animations and the choreography and all of that. That's like
it's actually around here.
Oh no, wait. I think actually it's.
I mean, we can change to the friends and just select it here.
Yeah, it's. Is it like?
No, I don't
wait.
think so.
I think. No.
Yes. Okay. We wanted to go back out to English just in case. Okay, another way. By the way, can the bots for those be uploaded to Amplifiers or YouTube? I think we tend to upload it to the Humankind channels, if not mistaken.
The bots should stay on YouTube. Yes, I know on Twitch we specifically need to tell it to keep it. So this is for this one we might want to do that so that stays around for longer.
Yeah. In any case, if we see it's helpful and you like it, we could just maybe have a cut of the different elements. So we can just figure it out.
So anyway, right. So let's start with like the definition here. So you can see we can technically we could tell it that you need a specific DLC to play with this unit, but obviously we don't want to do that. We don't want to restrict our mods.
Okay.
And then in the constructables you have different things. Military, that's like used for the filtering in the city and for the little icon it shows. The unit family, this is important because it determines how you upgrade the unit into the next unit.
Okay.
We'll get back to that later. The level also plays into that. So like within like unit family range, like archers level 6 and I think crossbowmen are like level 18 or whatever, so it knows 18 is greater than 6, so it upgrades into crossbowmen. Unicity, not relevant for units, but this is important for like districts because you can see here 1 per settlement, 1 per empire, 1 per world, so you can have like, hey, this is for the world wonders, this is for the emblematic districts, 1 per territory. This maybe you could make a culture that has like a mega powerful emblematic district and just say you can only build this 1 per city.
Let me do a quick introduction for Snook Fink. We just opened the modding tools on Steam because just in case you just join us, and we just imported the archers. We need to import the definition, the descriptors, and the UA mappers. But on the UA mappers, which is how you will see it in the game, we decided to get the javelin throwers from the Olmecs because it's more like
because yes, we want to make more of the SP and javelin unit here. Yes, and constructible visual affinity, as you can see here, district visual affinity base money. This is also about like the quarters, so not relevant to a unit. But then here we have the unit.
Okay.
And so unit class range, this is important because this imports some of the basic abilities of the units. So like, you know, if you pick unit class heavy cavalry, it will have import the charge and stuff like that.
So we can say that the first part, the constructible, is more like the prerequisite or what do you need to build the unit?
Exactly. This is like the building conditions and also some of the visuals.
Okay.
Whereas this is like what the actual unit is here now. And you have stuff like, okay, this is an archer, ignores line of sight. That's, you know, one of the abilities of the archer. Unit class range, though, that means it imports the ranged class prototype that has the stuff like is vulnerable in melee, you know, has a ranged attack and all of those things.
Okay.
Effect land unit arrow on common archers. This one will be important because this this effect that defines the combat strength.
Okay.
But we'll see that here because as you can see we already have that one here.
Okay. Can we import other elements from other units?
Well, yes, that's the thing. This one will be important, but of course we want it to be skirmishers because that's the one that we're gonna edit.
But you just change it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
But I haven't edited this yet, but you know I changed the reference.
Okay.
Unit era 1 and unit era tier 2. This is relevant for like costs and upkeep and stuff like that.
Okay.
This is something you shouldn't really mess with because the actual movement speed is defined in that class it ports here.
Unless you want something unique or whatever.
No, this Bruno might know what exactly this does, but it's not because as you can see, 1.8 doesn't make sense when you measure movement in hectares. So this is not the actual movement points. And then visual affinity in theory is also for like the visual modding, but we're not focusing on the visual modding here.
Will the console version of Humankind have a workshop where we can upload other players' mods?
I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't think so.
I don't think so, but yes, I.
Are you not noted? Okay.
Anyway, so since this is my
okay.
But since you know we want to make more of a skirmisher unit,
yes,
and they're short range. We don't want them to be ignoring line of sight because that feels wrong for the javelin throwers. But we also don't want them to take extra damage in melee.
Okay.
So we go here and we find the right ability. Again, we have a search bar, but I wrote it down which one we need, and it's called no penalty from melee. Yeah. But also, I'd like for the skirmisher, since they're skirmishers, to be able to like flank the enemy, so not be blocked by zone of control. So we just click on the little plus, and that adds another line, and then we can be like, that's a unit specialty, no movement penalty.
Okay.
From zone of control.
Is it better to use it like on the unit specialties or on the own descriptor reference?
No, it has to be here because that's like the special abilities that show up separately, whereas this one is like some basic properties, like how much upkeep does it cost and stuff like that.
Should we add just for fun, like they do more damage if they've been damaged before, like the Zulu? Too much. OP too much.
Well, one I was considering for the full skirmishing experience was can move after attacking.
Ooh.
But I thought that might be OP.
I mean, it's fine. Just do it. It's fine.
But that's something we can do at the end when we experiment with the unit a bit more. So we added the specialties now.
Yes.
And adding 2 specialties is also something we only added to the game later. Originally, you could have only 1 specialty per unit. But we have defined, use this new descriptor of what the unit actually does.
Okay, so we need to...
But we haven't actually defined that yet.
Okay.
Because you can see here, starting type unit, yes, should be a unit. Obviously, there's other stuff in here with like militia, minor empire units, squadron, if it's like an air unit, I think. But we're interested in the effects here. Because as you can see, we have the properties in theory.
Oh my god.
And that's like, this is the full list of what you can have.
Wow.
And here's the ones it has. This one is, as far as I recall, just used to determine when you combine multiple units into an army, which one is shown as the pawn. This is the one we're interested in, land combat strength. Because obviously we don't want them to be just as strong as archers, because otherwise why would you be building archers ever if the skirmishers were just as strong?
So should we go for 15?
Yes, that is exactly what I had in mind.
Yes.
And then let me see. Do we have everything here? Yes. And there's another one we need to add actually.
Okay.
Because I also would like them to only have 2 tiles of range instead of the full 3.
Okay.
Because this prototype here, unit class range, that says has a range of 3. But the javelin throwers, all other javelin throwers in game have 2.
Okay.
So, they should also have 2. So again, we add another one, and then we need to select the property. Oh, come on.
Huh?
Why is it not letting me select the...
okay.
There. And it's, I believe it's just called... No, it's attack range, I think. Yes.
Okay.
Attack range. But, confusingly, we're not adding 2.
We are editing, right?
We're subtracting 1 because they already have a range of 3 from being a ranged unit.
Okay, now I understand that.
So you always need to. You can when you have something like this, you can, I believe, click here and it'll like show you, and then you can, in theory, find where it is. But I think this is like unit prototype, and then you need to go deeper, and then you find, it has like titles, descriptions, and blah, and you need to slowly make your way through to find what you actually have. Prototype land unit, prototype land move, blah. So you can slowly click your way through to find the right element that you're looking for. But if we get to actually redo the modding guide, I'd like to include a reference section where you can easily look that up online instead of clicking your way through everything.
So yeah, it tells you, Dr. King, like on the own ability reference, you can say -1, and that's
yes, of course. This is mathematically correct. You can do add -1. The reason I did sub -1 is I checked how the javelin throwers in game used it, and I wanted to replicate that effect so that I'm sure it's consistent.
Okay, makes sense.
And then, oh wait, this one has not updated the name.
What else? Can you, for example, change as well the cost of a unit from here, or should be on the descriptor?
That is in the definition. and that's in the construction. And
Okay.
we'll. I
There is
mean,
no need
we
to.
can look at that right now anyway, because the UI mapper is only the visuals. So yes, on the construction, yes, we can have
Okay.
multiple options here. You can say, for example, if you think, hey, this unit is super powerful, I don't want people to be able to like spam click it, you can just uncheck this, and then the buyout button disappears. Can be cancelled. Is I think this one is only for wonders, so that you can't like disappear
Okay.
them. I've never really thought much about this one.
You can come if you want a bit here, so you are a bit on the
Oh.
camp. It's fine. We're a
But
bit limited.
yes,
It's fine.
it's quite narrow here. And then of course can be bought out with populations also. Like you could
Yes.
make like units that you can or can't buy out with population. I think for units it's better to keep it unchecked because they already have a population cost.
And I guess on the prerequisite
And then
is just okay. Go ahead,
exactly.
sorry.
Okay, we have. Let's start first because that's what you were asking.
Yeah,
Production
sorry.
cost. You can define technically what it costs, so you can have like production, or you can be like, no, this always takes a certain amount of turns.
Ooh, nice.
Technically, like these other two, but I'm not sure where infinite is actually used. I don't think anything in game actually uses it.
No, I don't think so. And maybe I don't recall it correctly.
That might be like an old property from when we had some other stuff. Constant. So this is here you could write in a number like it costs 300 industry.
Okay.
But for consistency, you should put it at -1 because that means use this next line RPN definition that says unit production cost, and you can say like era 1 medium cost, era 1
Okay.
low cost, high cost, and then it will automatically adjust by game speed because somewhere else handles the game speed calculation.
Okay, yeah, I understand that.
And then you can also like define some other costs like money instant cost, influence instant cost. Again, here it's usually best to put the -1 and pick a predefined RPN so that it scales with game speed. Population instant cost, sure, of course, because this is population. We could also say like, oh, these dudes are super powerful, so they cost 2 instead of 1. And then this provided by Other Empire is obviously for the Together We Roll feature, so we're not gonna worry about that here.
Okay.
And then yes, we do have the prerequisites, so you can say like, hey, maybe we want to say, oh, you need resource 1 is horses, I think, resource 2, and then say like deposit count 1, and not 14. That would be like, oh, you need 1 copper. But I don't think that's what we want for our skirmishes here.
Strange question. Is there a way for players to know what is a resource 1?
The current modding guide has a list of it at the end.
Okay.
And this will also be if we rework it in the reference section.
Okay, that's it. I wanted to make sure that people know in case they wanted to experiment a bit until we can
because yes, admittedly, like this list does not help players. But yeah, that's why I say yes, we need a reference section so players can look that stuff up.
For sure.
You could say, hey, you can only train them if you have a certain minimum population, but I think the population cost kind of takes care of that. Era prerequisite for testing purposes now, because we haven't implemented a technology that unlocks it yet. We will just say, just unlock an era 1. Okay. When we reach era 1, you just get the unit. You could, in theory, also say like, hey, you need to have been a certain culture or something like that.
Or even a technology, I can imagine?
Yes and no.
Okay.
That is not defined here.
Okay.
We'll get to that later.
Okay.
After we have confirmed that the unit actually works in game, then we're worrying about unlocking it with the technology.
Okay.
You have the constraints here. Like right now, this is the default. You can build it in a city, but not in a camp. But you could say, oh yes, no, you can totally build it in a camp, like the Mounted Nomads. Or you can also say it's available but only for money buyout, or it's available but only for influence buyout. Right now we'll keep it for on default for the testing. In theory, you can even make them religion specific, like specific to like one of the historical religions you pick. I don't think I've seen any mod use that.
No, actually no. That would be nice.
And then you can in theory also like do like, for example, here they have predefined, I think, public order. You can district count, so we could say like, oh, maybe some modder would like to to two types of units basically. Like, oh, you have conscripted units and you have professional units, and the professional units can only be built if you have a certain number of garrisons, for example. You could do that kind of thing.
That's nice.
And like the example in our modding guide, is actually like, hey, you can only build this unit if you control Stonehenge. So you can even put like wonders there. So, for wonders, actually, it has like a separate specific one because that checks on like the empire level and not on the city level. Whereas this one checks in the individual city.
Dr. King was pointed out that actually there is a modding from Tonlos Religions Overhaul. That,
okay. So that's why it didn't come to mind, because I was thinking about mods specifically branded on units, not about the religion mod. And then the AI here is, of course, yes, we can say here, if we make a new unit, we can define, for example, if we gave it more speed, high movement, we would click quick so that the AI knows this is a quick moving unit.
Okay.
Or if it's like has defensive bonuses, we might check tough. Or if it's a cavalry unit, we absolutely need to check that cannot climb walls, or it will start sieges with units that can't actually fight in it. So
that would be funny.
So you can define like what kind of unit it is here, so that the AI knows what it is.
They know how to use it properly, kind of.
Yes. Well, more or less properly.
On the reference question that was asked earlier, I usually use the Humankind Encyclopedia to find out how things are named in game. If you search for a game element in the encyclopedia, the actual URL will be named.
That is true. The URL in the encyclopedia is often actually what we have here. So anyway, so we have defined these.
Yeah, we're ready.
We're not quite ready.
Not ready for the next thing.
Because we have the skirmishers. And right now it would say javelin throwers. Obviously we don't want that.
No.
So we need here a nope. That was not what I meant. Wait, it's set to English?
You will set on button. Yes, it's English.
Well, the Z should be here, right? Well, whatever. Nope, it was clearly not set where I thought it would be. So no.
What do you mean? Control Z?
Yes.
It should be here. This one.
I'm not sure why it even did that to me then when I just wanted to drag select a bit of text. The editor can be weird like that. Common, and now we're at that point again where I need to.
They have it on chat. Before we can just copy paste it from the chat.
Skirmishers. Oh.
The real struggle is
the real struggle of having a microphone in front of me. Wait, this one is the title. And I will just copy the whole thing here. Oh, come on, please. Because I will need that somewhere else in a moment.
Just copy everything. Yeah.
Description. But, oh, for crying out loud. But obviously, if we built the mount like this, it would just say percentage sign land unit blah 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 in the game.
Okay.
That's not great. So we do this.
What? What's that?
This is
oh my god,
the localization editor. Obviously, all of the localization that's already in game we don't care about right now.
Nope.
So we actually go here to first to nothing and then to just the new ones, and then we add a new key. And that's why I said I need this elsewhere. We need the skirmisher's title.
Now is this?
Yeah, the first time you would mess with the localization, it takes a moment. And then we also need the skirmishers. Oh no, come on. Wonderful.
You need to know by heart. You need to charge yourself.
Okay, and then we can put in what the actual text is here. So here would be skirmishers, and here short-ranged skirmishers, and that ignore zone of control.
So for doing the localization, what we need to do is once we define, let's say, the descriptors, we need to say, okay, that descriptor that we call it land unit underscore blah, 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 let's take it. We take it on the localization tool, and then we just you can define the names and the description.
But right now, as you can see, we would need to go and I don't know if you can even do multiple ones at the moment, because I know you couldn't at first, but obviously we'd like for it to work for multiple languages at once eventually, so you don't have to make mods for each language separately.
I have a question on YouTube. So it is possible to make a boat unit, let's say, fish in the ocean, like how chopping trees down works? Because I feel all the empty water bodies are useless at the moment.
It might be possible, but I'm not sure. I'd have to like really dig into the tools. Dr. Kane might know if he's heard the question.
They can't, I think. Oh, no, hold on. No, I think he refers to the languages. I think there is some modding that expand a lot about the naval, and I'm sure like I'm not sure about this specific element, but I'm sure like there are other things that we can do.
But now you might think, oh, we already know.
No, but how can you do again? How you open the localization?
It is a button over here.
Okay.
Open localization.
Okay, because
as you can see, the second time you open it, it's a lot quicker.
Okay.
Also, quick mention: we're not gonna mess with that today because we don't have images to use. But if you fold this out, you can see all of the different images for units you can import here. Obviously, this one only has like default small and default tooltip because it's an emblematic unit. But for example, for like the archers, all of these variations would be filled in for the different cultures. So you stick your images into this resources folder, and then you can select them here in the UI mapper. But we're just sticking with the images we have because we didn't have an image to replace it, because neither of us is terribly good at art.
No. So to answer AI Composer, because we get the answer on tweets, and or other one of our VIPs, Dr. Ken, is saying like we cannot define, or well, not us, the tools cannot define new action, so that will be a new action. So for the moment, that's something that we cannot do with the modding tools.
Yes.
There's other ways.
But I mean, it was a justified question because it could have been an action that is like existing here, so you could copy it and change like output is food instead of industry or whatever. But in any case, yes. This as I say, we're not worrying about that, but we're still not ready because remember what I said here about this whole. This is how the unit upgrades.
Yes.
If we leave it like this, it'll replace the archer. Or the archer will replace it. I'm not sure how exactly it would determine it here because both would be at the same level. So we need to actually add a new unit family. So let me see. It's like unit. Is it land unit families or no? I think it's just unit family definitions.
Oh my god.
And then technically we can use any of these, but for like demonstration purposes, I will use the ranged one because that's what we based our unit on.
Okay.
And this, you will see, this is actually like super simple. It just tells you if for the upgrade it needs to change the unit class. What is the unit family? What is the next family?
Do we need to duplicate it as we did with the other things?
Yes, obviously I want to make sure that I don't mess anything up, so I will duplicate this, and this is the unit family skirmisher.
Talking about that, Dr. Ken is telling like the UI mapper won't work because the UI mapper file name need to match the definition file name, and currently they don't match.
Yes, I still need to rename that.
Okay, just to let you know.
Also, I have a typo in here. I hate that it doesn't update here. And then yes, we said we want to upgrade that into light cavalry.
Yes.
So it should then, when we unlock the right units, upgrade into the right. Now I don't remember if the scout is unit family light cavalry. So let me actually check that. The scout rider. I mean.
The scout rider.
No, wait. In this case, it's probably easier for me to find it this way. Land unit, era 1, Scout Cavalry. No, it's unit family Scout Cavalry. So we don't accidentally upgrade into Scouts.
Okay.
We will upgrade into Horsemen, or I think some of the emblematic units in
Yeah, I
Era 2
think
are
some of
also
them,
like
yeah.
cavalry. But yeah,
Let's go
where
cover.
was it the UI mapper? Land unit Era 1 common skirmisher. Yeah, no, it's because here I have a typo. I forgot the S. It was supposed to be plural everywhere. So
Okay.
because all of the default unit names are always in plural as well.
Mm.
But yes, you need to be careful to not make typos in your names.
So yeah, Dr. Kane is mentioned like, yeah, a Scout Rider is a Scout Cavalry,
But the Assyrians is like
it's like-
cavalry. Mm-hmm. Then we
Hmm.
then we need to be careful with the how it upgrades, I guess. But I'm not sure how to. Don't want it to replace. Well, let me
It could be miss. He mentioned
let me double check. But yes, this is one of those things where yes, we absolutely need a reference file where people can easily see the upgrade tree and also see what level the units are, so they
Yes.
can place their units in the right positions.
We're gonna use the super huge map of upgrade, which is like this.
Land unit definitions. Where is it? Assyrian Raiders. Oh no, it's also Scout Cavalry. Okay, then we don't need to worry. If it had been a light cavalry unit, then we would have had to raise the level of the other one so that it wouldn't upgrade into the raider by accident. Okay. So now I think we should be. No, wait, I haven't actually selected the correct family here yet. No, wait, this is the definition. Unit family skirmisher.
You need to define it as well. Okay.
No, it is defined here. Unit family skirmisher.
Okay.
That's what I was just doing. That's this one where I just say the next unit family is this one, and then before you build, now that we're fairly confident that the changes are correct, I usually go in and then remove my reference, because the fewer unneeded elements you have in here, the more lightweight your mod will be when you create it. So it will be quicker to load and stuff like that.
Can you just remove it from the middle?
I sometimes doesn't quite work when I try to remove it from there.
Okay.
Like sometimes when I try to move it from here, it tells me, no, you can't remove this because it's a root folder, and like, no, it's not. But
fair point. Better to do it the old way, just in case.
Better to do it the way that actually works. And so now we think, okay, we have this unit that should be working. So we go to here.
Okay.
We first make sure validate content. The database has one error.
Yeah.
It says the database has one error, and then there's no error listed here. What?
This is because it's perfect.
You can see, it's like warnings, nothing. This is all
on the left console. There's two consoles, and I guess it's that one.
Low warning. I'm not sure, because these are from ages ago when we actually launched it.
We can always try to build.
Let me see. Oh wait, I had this before, because it also for some reason thinks the mod is not properly initialized.
Could it be because it's too long, the title?
No, the title should not be too long. How did I fix this when I had it at home?
No need to worry about those warnings. Okay.
Okay. So these warnings are normal, because yeah, I also had them, but also to the other thought was because I was saying, you want to remove everything that you haven't modified. You have a check here, so it can be like, okay, no, it's fine. There's no unmodified files.
Okay.
Though that check sometimes goes wrong. I had to tell me there was an unmodified file when I had clearly modified it when I was experimenting at home. So anyway, you can click build and run, and that will create the Yeah, okay. It still is upset about these errors. So
So build and run is going to doing what exactly?
build creates the actual mod files,
Okay.
and build and run creates the mod files and then launches humankind with the mod already loaded so you can test it.
Okay, but it's not like a publishing. It's just a testing
No,
purposes,
this just
kind of.
publish is an entirely separate tab over here on number 4
Okay.
as opposed to number 3.
Here we go.
Your mod has been successfully built. You click OK, and then it should, in theory, launch humankind. But because this is not the proper published mod experience, it's not as quick.
And I guess I can go to the yeah, sure, because
we're now screen recording, we don't need to switch.
Yeah, that's much better. Just keep it this way. That's super interesting. I was thinking was super much more harder, but now I'm a bit more relaxed.
It looks very scary, but once you poke around, you realize one of the hardest parts is actually finding the game elements you want to modify.
Yes.
So yes, and just to verify, where is it? Is it under? No. I keep forgetting where it goes now.
Dr. Kane is mentioned like he prefer not to do this way because sometimes it's not working very well.
Yes, usually I would also prefer like build it and then like try to load it from in game or something like that. But for expedience here, also for experience, I don't want it to generate a massive world because we want to test quickly. So we're just doing this, and then just sadly you don't have the dev tools here for testing.
Yeah, because I think that's going to be a question for later when we publish it. We can, for example, if they don't want to do this way, publish it like hide it, and then you test it, and then you make it public. I'm not sure how that's.
I'm pretty sure also when you build it, then you can still load it from in-game if you put it in the right folders.
Okay. It's okay. We'll test it. We will test it for this.
The where do you turn on and off mods has changed so many times I can never remember where it is now.
It's on content.
Untold possibilities.
But anyway, luckily it's blitz speed, so we can be super fast. And also, since Dr. Kane mentioned, yes,
let's go for it.
The Assyrians should we check or should no? Let's actually no. I'll not do the full test. When I was testing it, I was testing it with the Babylonians at home, so I could research the upgrade unit.
You can just. Oh yeah.
Let's just slap this down somewhere real quick.
Sure.
You have built a first outpost, adding to your empire.
Whatever.
So now.
And now we should be, since we just set it to prerequisite era 1, we should just see it as soon as we have the city.
Are you?
Yes.
There they are, the skirmishes. But you will notice something. It tells us this is an elephant platform. Because the no penalty from melee is called elephant platform. We could fix this by duplicating that ability with a different name and then creating a new localization key, but for the purposes of this modding demonstration, this is fine. Okay. If I were to publish this mod, obviously I would put in the extra effort of making a separate version of that ability that isn't called elephant platform, because...
Also, the only thing is not working is the description.
Yes,
Land unit era 1 common description.
I must have a typo.
Probably yes, right? Yeah, just to let you know.
Yes.
This is why.
This is why you need to be super careful with your typing.
Also, you didn't initiate the localization. Oh.
But the half of it works. It does say skirmishers.
Interesting. Huh. Actually, no.
Yep.
Okay, what's the typo?
Yep, I think it's probably... I mean, if I check here, land unit era 1 common skirmishers description, that part seems to be right. So I must have the typo in the lock key.
Probably yes.
But also, since we want to actually test this, to see if the unit actually properly works...
the skirmishers description, not the skirmishers. Oh, okay. Are you gonna build them?
Just gonna just crank one out real quick and then try to find a mammoth somewhere. Also, very important test for me is research archery and see if they're replaced or if I made a mistake.
It's gonna be quick. That's the good thing about the
about blitz speed, yes.
What is that symbol from? The crystal. Which crystal?
Crystal? Something here in... Oh wait, no, ah crap! I forgot an important step.
Oh my god.
Did not set up the visual unit definition. It doesn't know how to render the unit on the.
We just define kind of the 2D.
Yes, there's
Ah.
the unit presentation part.
Okay.
But that gives me a chance to double check the UI mapper here.
Unknown is
But skirmisher. This should both say skirmishers actually. Yes. Damn it. No.
Yeah.
Oh, and for some reason it undid both. But I think part of it here is I don't know if I can edit these. No, I can't edit it here. Curses.
Oh fuck.
Well, copy the whole thing.
Yeah, sure.
That's probably the easiest way to make sure that it's correct. You just copy whatever you put in there. So if you have a typo in one, you have the typo in the other.
Can you eliminate the other one?
Yes, but I want to keep it for now so I can just copy the description. Oh, come on.
Because maybe you can because this.
That one actually is correct. Okay. And then also yes, for completeness, I should actually set this to be the proper one, and this one delete. Yes.
So translated means the term
that it's actually done here. Yes, because if you like collaborate with multiple people, I guess then title is in singular. Yeah, no, it's not in singular anymore here. So now it should work. But yes, I did forget the very important step of the unit presentation. So we need to grab the.
So we need to grab the 3D models.
Yes.
Kind of, right?
This is I guess this is the show effect, but also it's a very good demonstration of how things can go wrong.
Yeah, that's good.
So we have unit and unit presentation. Like this is the actual game data for in the simulation what the unit does, but this is what it looks like on the battlefield.
And information.
This is for like choreography for like how the individual dudes in the unit move. I'm not gonna mess with that because that's super complicated.
So you can have archers that move like elephants.
No, I think that would break because the elephant has one pawn.
No.
But I guess in theory you could have like archers that try to make the same kind of line defensive formation as the phalanx and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna mess with that.
Okay, yeah.
So let me double check which one it is. Land unit era 1. And as we said before, we want them to look like the Olmec spearmen. So where are they?
You can select the archer spawn and make them wild javeliners.
Here. Unit civilization, Olmec civilization javelin throwers. That's the basic one we want. And we also need to set up a unit pawn definition.
What is a unit pawn?
This one is the unit pawn definition. That's like the individual dude, I guess, and what gear he wears. And then the unit presentation definition also plays into that. That defines like which of the dudes it actually loads.
Can you have the ones that the animation is like the Japanese, but the presentation is like the Romans? So they are like this kind of dudes in the Romans that throw the pilum.
In theory, but in practice, the pawn editor is very complicated to use, and I'm not sure I would manage to replace the sword with a spear. And also, the Romans aren't set up with the animation, so we'd need to switch out the animation. And it's a lot of stuff that I'm not sure I would do right on stream now, and we only have like 50 minutes left.
Oh, you have plenty of time.
Yeah, but if we want to also show how to unlock it with the technology, that takes a moment as well.
True.
Right, where is it? The unit presentations, and obviously again here we will need to just make sure that we get everything.
It just take a moment.
This one takes a moment because the pawn definition, as you can see vaguely at the bottom here, there's like the preview of the dude. But we're not gonna really mess with this one. This one we just need to make a duplicate with the right name for the time being.
I guess it's better just copy paste it.
Era 1. Oh. Common. Oh no, this again. Skirmishers. And just let me just copy this.
This is here.
And then presentation definition. Oh, nope.
Actually, I think on the previous one you just change the default and not the duplicate. That's fine.
There. And yes, this is why we needed a duplicate of the pawn definition as well, because we have like there's like references between them here, so we need main unit error 1 common skirmishers, so that it defines which unit this refers to. And so this is the actual like unit definition here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see like there's like, oh, presentation formation definition, like what kind of formation do they form on the battlefield and all kinds of stuff. But this is way too complicated for us to get into here.
What are the options on the formation? Like all the units?
There's like, a lot. So
just put one random.
I don't want to break anything.
You're not gonna break it, it's fine.
And then yes, and on the pawn here, we also need to find where is it. Presentation unit definition, it needs to be set to the common skirmishers. And then again, yes, we'll see, this is the one that's still synced, so I did rename the right one. Oh, no, see, this is what I mean, like the delete button didn't work.
Yeah.
And now no, come on, delete this. And okay, now it should be fine in theory. So let's see if it works better this time, or if I have forgotten something else. And just talk again. Yes, you can select the archer pawn and make them wield javelins and stuff like that, but the pawn editor is a lot more difficult to use than a lot of the rest of the modding tools, in my opinion. So I don't want to mess around with that too much, because I haven't really gotten that much experience with it.
No. I think for as a basic experience for players to try out, I think it's fine. Then they can just go wild. Let's call it that way.
Because obviously, I'm sure there's also people who are like, hey, I want to make, so like we have modern era units, but they wear Centurion helmets because, I'm doing the, the rebuild the Roman Empire or whatever.
Can we continue the game, or we need to start a new one?
In theory, we
let's
can,
not do it, okay.
But because I had already built the bugged unit, I don't want to.
No, but you can load.
I can load a couple of turns earlier, like the
turn 3 or something like that.
Something where it's not broken yet. Oh, we have all of the DLC active on this one. Actually, at home when I was testing, I had none of the DLC active, but that shouldn't make a difference, luckily. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly the kind of thing I'm thinking, where people are like, hey, I want to do Fallout New Vegas mode, so clearly I need Centurions with guns.
Yes. In the history of humankind, many mistakes were made because people asked what they could and not what they should do.
Yes. Exactly. Your scientists were so preoccupied with whether you could, you didn't think about whether you should.
Yep. I'm nervous.
So let's see if this time it works better. Yes, this time we actually get the unit.
And you see the elephant.
And
ready for you.
Yes, luckily.
There.
Luckily, they just showed up in time for testing, and also we can see, yes, the comments are not correct. The description works now that there's no typo in the reference, and this kind of error has a long and glorious history in game dev. Where there's like one letter wrong in a reference and something fundamentally breaks. So yeah, let's see if we can. Yeah, it seems we are absolutely ignoring the zone of control, or it would block us here.
Okay, yeah.
So this seems to be working just fine.
But you can shoot from there.
And yes, let's also check that we actually have a proper ranged attack and don't take retaliation damage. Yes. And the animation also works, it's not broken. But this is what I mean, like if we had like taken Centurions and slapped the other animation on it, it might have been weird because they'd hold the sword and make the throwing motion, but still be holding the sword.
Yeah.
So that there's a lot of little changes you need to make, and I don't have the full list of what you would need to change in mind.
We can agree that our unit is super strong.
Yes, that's why I said we can't keep it at 17 because they would like kick the butts of warriors who are only strength 18. I mean, which is also why I thought like but attack and then move would make this entirely OP.
I
Nobody
mean, you
even
can do it, but then the damage should be like 12.
or,
Kind of.
or you'd have to increase to unit cost high, so they're expensive
well.
to build. But that's not what I want them to be as skirmishers. So yes, so this it seems to be working.
Nice.
So now we're gonna see about unlocking them with a technology.
This is the moment in which we break everything.
I did break everything when I was trying it at home because I had forgotten to define the new unit family.
Quick question: can we like save it as it is right now, the project, just in case we broke things?
Yes.
Okay, this is important
We
because
can definitely.
this is the moment.
We absolutely should. Honestly, you should probably hit save project like every 10 minutes or whatever because
this is important.
because you don't want this. I've been working on this for 3 hours and now Unity crashed on me.
That's why we need to do it.
You have probably experienced that with Photoshop.
It's better that the people don't know what I do on Photoshop.
Hashtag graphic design is my passion.
Yes.
So yes, let's see. This is also something again. Okay, we'd like to add it to an existing technology for now. I'm not going to go through all of hey, we do a completely new technology because that's a lot more work.
Yeah, or an event or whatever.
But then we're like, oh, we want to add it to Arch. Well, which one of these is carpentry? This is another reason why we need a reference. Luckily, you can kind of tell by just looking here and seeing what it unlocks. You can have like, oh, this one unlocks.
Maybe we can
like unlocks constructables, and then you have all of the effects here, so you can kind of guess. But I looked it up, and it's the era technology number 3. Is the one we want.
Do you think if we open encyclopedia and we showcase it, how is the number, or is too much?
Let's see about that. I just need to get myself a new window without breaking our captions because the captions need to be very much preserved in a specific ratio.
Yes, leave it. There we go. You say humankind encyclopedia should be working.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then so yes, research, game content, ancient era. And we said we wanted it on where is it? Carpentry.
Yes, carpentry.
The very basic technology here.
Here we go on the URL.
And then you can see here, yes, as Dr. Kane was saying, technology era 103. And so that's the one we have here.
Okay.
We'll import that. And then no, wait, that's
no.
the
You
wrong
have
one.
it in a folder above unit.
Yes. For some reason, he comes before you. Who would have thought?
Yep, you never know.
But yeah, you can see here.
Should we duplicate it, or there is no?
No, we're not duplicating it specifically because I want to modify the existing one.
Okay, if we wanted to create a new technology,
then I would duplicate it and change it. But here I want to change the existing one. Again, we could technically make technologies that are available only with DLCs, but we don't want that. Technology tier, this is relevant for like the cost in the era, of course, as well. Is exclusive to era, I think technically means you can only research it while you're in that era. Cool. I don't think anything ever used that, so I'm not sure if it actually works.
Not to touch. Better not to touch.
Here you could override the cost, but normally this one like calculates what the cost should be depending on how much you've already researched. And then here is the actually interesting part. You can define what you need beforehand, but this is starting technology, so we are not.
No, we're not
adding any prerequisites. And this is what it unlocks. So you can see here, unlock constructible. What is here? Oh, archers, Nubian archers, javelin throwers. Okay, this is like the ranged units.
Okay.
Then you have here constructible reference, industry family. That's like the logging camp thing. Effect unlock action. That's like cutting forest. Okay. Now, at first I tried adding it here and then I realized, no, this is all the ranged units. It's not working because I'm trying to add 2 different types of units to the same thing. And I wanted to show up separately. So we need to add a new one. And this one...
So why we add it on the top and not on where the other units are?
Just because the plus... Well, because it's not the same unit type. It's not a ranged unit. Like, if you think about it, all of these units mentioned... Oh, wait. No, damn it, close it. All of these units here. You have the archers, and then you have the stuff that replaces the archer.
No, I was thinking, why not this one?
Yep, that's what I'm saying. Like this
Okay.
is the constructible reference for archer and its replacements.
Okay.
But we don't want it to replace the archer.
No, of course not.
That's why we need to add a separate one because it's a different unit class.
Okay.
Actually, Dr. Can help me figure that out because I was making mistakes about this one. But as you can see, this is a very long list.
Yes.
There's a lot you can unlock, but we want something we can build, so a constructible.
Welcome, Norion, to the stream, by the way.
Yes. And this is quite scary at first. You can, in theory, also like have localization overrides here. So if you have like, you unlock something, but it's supposed to be called something else when you mouse over it in the detect tree, you can put in the keys here, but we don't need that because it's just a unit. You can also hide some effects for like if you wanted, I don't know.
We don't know why, but you can.
I think there's probably some stuff where like you could have like an empire effect that's hidden that the player never sees that you actually use as like a condition for events to potentially trigger, stuff like that. So you can do like hidden stuff behind the scenes to track things.
Okay.
And then, quite important, we have AI and we have the constructible reference. Let's start with the constructible reference because that's important for what do we build. Obviously, we don't want null. Null means nothing. So no, we don't want it to unlock nothing. We want it to unlock something from our data table. And when we select that, then we can get here the list of all of these, and oh my god, this is a long list. So let's use the filtering, please. Land unit era 1.
Just to add one thing that we just said, apparently the units with emblematic outposts use that, for instance.
Yes, that's a good example. Wait, I'm not finding it here, so let me just do skirmisher.
There we go.
There he is, the skirmishers. But right now, it would be playable for us, but the AI would have no idea what worth this is adding to that technology to research it.
Okay.
And that's why we also need to be like gain and then say like, okay, this is a military thing because it's a unit.
Okay.
But it's not a super strong unit, so we'll say it's low. The archer is more important than the skirmisher.
Okay, it's like how the AI will see the units in terms of power, cost, value.
So if you have like a super OP unit like the elephant, you would say like, hey, this is a super OP unit, military, high, or important or vital. Or like you can actually see it like because, you know, industry is so important. Here on, wait, is it this one? Yes. This one, no, for some reason it doesn't have it here. But I'm not sure why it didn't load the AI gain values for the existing constructibles. But like you could say like, hey, you always need to get this for the industry, and so it's like industry vital. But this should now be enough for it to unlock with the technology. But also, of course, I want to go back here and say like, since this now unlocks with the technology and not a wait, where was it again? The era definition, where I had put that.
Oh, shit.
Where was it? Was it in the
descriptor? Yeah,
was it in the descriptor? No, it's not in the descriptor, I think.
Huh.
Come on, I did that like half an hour ago, and now I can't remember it.
Because there is a lot of things. It should be in the prerequisite.
Of course, it's in a different tab here. Yes, because now it's with the technology. You can probably leave that on none.
Okay. Makes
because
sense.
You know, you're unlocking it with the tech instead. Because if, as an example, I think if I set this to like era 2 and had a tech, and then used the Babylonians to research it early, I wouldn't be able to build it until I enter era 2. But obviously, that's not how we want it to work.
No, it's just a requisite of technology.
So now let's see if it actually works.
Let's go to build and check if there is an error, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, because we did a bunch of stuff. So
there's an error there.
Reference not set to instant of an object. Wait, let me validate and. No, here it says it's correct. So I'm not sure why I'm getting that error message. One unmodified. Oh, I think yes. This is the error I had at home as well. even though we edited that technology,
Okay.
it's not acknowledging that we edited the technology, and that's why it's getting weirdly confused.
Okay, so what
But it worked for me when I did it at home,
ah
so I'm not sure what's going on wrong there.
ah. It's like sometimes you just run it.
Sometimes Bruno told me yes. Sometimes this like gets confused, and then you need to save project, close the editor, and reload the project, and then it should be fine.
Ooh. The pain.
Yes, and since we've seen how long it takes to launch the editor, I don't want to relaunch the editor constantly here on
No,
stream.
for sure not. I think we're doing pretty well actually. Well, you are doing pretty well. I'm just here and a spectator. Ooh, I was about to click on.
But obviously now, since we changed the unlock conditions, we're not gonna be able to just reload the save and get proper results for the
No,
test.
but I think you can reload the turn 2, so at least we are.
It's on blitz speed. It's not gonna make much of a difference.
No, but this take less time creating a new world.
Sometimes, but as I say, like some changes I'm comfortable loading in old save, but when something like this, where it's like changing what unlocks the unit, I don't like loading the old save because there might be wrong conditions checked and saved that aren't there anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of situation like.
Across the world, nascent societies are taking a deep
That
breath,
should be working.
looking across the landscape and preparing
We'll have
for
the
greatness.
next one up. There we go.
And we already have a target for testing.
Ah, well now you have 2. There we go.
Let's just slap this down
On the middle
somewhere.
Yeah, sure.
4-8 is fine.
That
Whatever.
way
The first
we block
outpost
the
means
mammoth
the
so he
first
cannot
step
escape.
into a new territory, and a
Alright,
new
just
extension
Let's
of
get a
your
little bit of
empire's
bonus
power.
industry.
but also a new.
Choose and
Egyptians.
actually let's just in case we decide we want to test if we can actually get the correct update when we
This
research
means
horsemen.
more than just markets for the
No, the
Babylonians.
mammoth.
It's also the beginning of mathematics,
So let's see.
astronomy, and a set of codified
First,
Yeah.
first good sign,
that
Okay,
I wouldn't
good.
want
It's
to be
not
caught
there.
breaking.
which it isn't supposed to be, and then aha, here he is, the skirmisher.
Ah.
Excellent.
Nice.
Let me actually just disband these dudes so we have a little
Yes.
bit of. Can I move them into science and get that next turn? Yes. Good.
Yes.
And you, whatever. Let's do this.
We're starving.
Because now, yes, now we can get a skirmisher.
There we go.
And yes, I guess now we don't need to starve anymore. And then let me just queue up for testing whether or not we can actually upgrade into the horseman.
Ooh, that's a lot.
But well, we can go into science mode in a moment.
Okay. Okay. That works.
Well, I guess before we go into science mode, we probably want to like slap down something somewhere that gives us a little bit
Maybe
of bonus.
the emblematic quarter. Next one.
Oh, right.
There we go. 100 deer. Into 100.
Follow me.
Well, I'm actually thinking we
Ah.
should have unlocked chop forests, right? So this can help us crank out.
Can we make against 2 units? It's too much.
I think that's too much.
Okay.
If we had 2 skirmishes, we might be
Visible
able
mark
to.
of this
No,
new
but
culture.
skirmishes will destroy everything.
I hope the style is pleasing, because
But yeah,
it will
I'm
be around
just gonna,
for as long as the
chop
city
down all
runs.
of these forests to rush through this.
A normal war from a skirmisher. Oh fuck.
No, we can't place it there because of them. Well, I guess no, we can't build this one.
22? 22? Or 24?
Well, shoot.
Okay.
Well, I guess so it stops bothering us.
Yeah.
Move.
I want my resources.
See, yeah.
Yeah,
Now we're talking.
That's better.
That's gonna help.
Oh my god, you have just deforest everything.
Yes, because this is just for testing purposes.
Of course. Now we can see that you like to deforest everything.
Oh wait, no, not disband. Wrong button. And once we have this out, we don't quite have enough to buy it out.
Kind of me.
Okay, and now I'm just gonna go like yes, go to science mode, and then we just hope that we rush through this real quick. We're already at standing army, so it'll be
it's fine.
super quick.
You just you
which
don't have
station?
much forest there. You can try to go to the south.
I mean, I just want to check because right now, because we haven't researched the upgrade yet, it will just say no upgrade is available.
No. I was thinking just for the chopping trees.
Well, we don't need to chop trees anymore. We just need science.
There.
Oh,
No.
let's hope.
No, it was clear. No, there is no hope now. With
Well,
the
true. We now have the preview,
with the preview, you can see how the battle will end.
and oh come on, 6 more turns. Come on, real quick.
You can just get the sun to area in the meanwhile, or you can just splash them.
Well, I guess I could be sending them here to burn stuff. Oh no, the sanctuary disappeared.
Too late.
But yeah, this is the downside of oh no, it had actually turned it off again. That's why. Of not having dev tools for testing.
Another bear.
No,
Two.
two bears actually. This one is actually dangerous.
Let's see the instant resolution. What's gonna happen in? You will win, I think. Go for the. You see? Oh, you
as you
is
see,
super OP.
yeah. Imagine if we had added more abilities.
Oh,
And now let's see. Now we should be able to see. Yes, now it says it upgrades to horsemen, but we don't have the horses to do it.
we have the depositor.
We need 2 deposits. For the horsemen.
We cannot do it,
Yes.
but it should be working.
But we can see it has the right unit. We just don't have the resources. So okay, this is actually working. So now we can say okay, we have like what 20 minutes left until the end. So now let's see if we can maybe make it, because one of the ideas I had was like maybe this is like a mercenary unit. So we actually set it to you can build it in cities and outposts, but only with money buyout.
You are getting too complicated now. Oh, even if you have the minutes, I think it's nice if we can publish it and not showcase how you publish it.
Yes, we
So
should
we
do
should
that.
keep 10 minutes for that.
Let me
Save. Let's save.
let's save this, and then let's just do a quick one here. Yes, you can select Mod.io or Steam Workshop.
And you can do both.
You could do
One and then the other.
one at a time, and then yes. The reason why I can't do it right now is we didn't log into my Steam account here, so
Okay.
I can't. I'm not gonna log into my Steam account live on stream.
No.
But you can see you can.
But you can log it directly there, or what is the option to log in on Steam?
I think it should be somewhere here, or where was the login? Oh wait, no. Actually, it doesn't recognize me because I'm logged into my Steam account.
That's why, like, you are logging on Steam.
It was on Mod.io. where you
Okay,
need to log
that's
in.
what I was thinking. Like, but you are opening.
But
Steam.
also this would publish to my account, as you can see. But let's see, profile. Yes, title. It will just copy your project title, then the skirmisher unit for the ancient era created on stream as an example. And then I will, after the stream, I will need to go in and hide it, because this one is, I wouldn't consider this publication ready because, I didn't actually mess enough with the appearance and all of that. Preview file, like this is where you would put your thumbnail for your mod.
This is an interesting question for you. Any plans for doing this on ES2 on EL?
We don't have actual tools on ES2 and EL.
It's manual, right?
On ES2 and EL, it's just staring into the XML code. And when you stare long and hard into the XML code stares back at you. I speak from experience. And then, yes, you have like tags here. Of course, we have unit in this case.
That's why I was saying at the beginning of the stream, like, this is the first time we do it a bit more friendly compared to coding, literally coding.
And then, yes, you have the change notes here. And then, as I say, it's like 0.1. Initial release. But as you can see, this is like just one line. This is why I said earlier that usually it's probably easiest to just keep it simple and then go into the website interface and update it there. But actually, I just realized no, I can just set it here to like okay,
it's private.
private, so it's not visible yet.
That's
Damn it, it overwrote this.
yeah, it's fine. But
Let me just put in something because it'll complain if there's nothing in there.
This is what probably we will do it in the case like the building and testing wasn't
Yes,
working.
exactly.
You do it private.
You
and
do it
just
private,
change
and then
it.
you can subscribe to your own mod and stuff like that. And then you can in theory also do like skip preview and skip description. I will click skip preview because I don't have a preview image like for the thumbnail, and then I can do publish mod, and then it's like, oh, do you want to? Yes.
Well, it's too late already. But how can you upload images to the thumbnail?
This part I haven't actually tried because that was added after I had last messed with the.
But there is an option to
now,
add it?
Now let's see if this actually works.
Oh, careful! It's open in the workshop.
Yes, and as you can see, it is hidden, and then you will see here, and then that's when you can go in here and be like, hey, this is my mod, let me edit it.
Yeah, I know there that you can edit images
like
or videos.
Edit title, add more
but
screenshots.
This is the additional
whatever.
Images, not the thumbnail.
That's not the, and then you can fix it here because this will have much better editing than the tools in
correct
here. But yes, so we did want to say like yes, let's see, like on the skirmishes here.
So
in camp, let's see, camp, buyout money only, city, buyout money only, and let's see if that works.
So it's on the definition.
It's yes, it's on the land unit definition, the prerequisites. So you can set it to, hey, this is available in outposts and camps, but only for money buyout. And let's see if that works. And build it on.
Let's go for it. So for this one, I will need, we can create a new game again and do an outpost.
Yes, real quick. I mean, I guess technically I could have set it to era 0, and then we could just plan them, but yeah, it's definitely powerful, and like you could do like entire cultures, and I think the biggest constraints on doing like total conversions is how hard it is to get 3D models in there. And, like people have figured it out for buildings, but as I say, for like the units, it's way more complicated because they have animations, so they need rigging. So I have no idea if you can manage to import units.
I'm almost sure that some people will.
Some people would probably figure it out, but it's like super complicated. And it's a shame because it would be super cool to have like total conversion mods for like, hey, here's humankind but sci-fi. Here's humankind but fantasy. Here's humankind but post-apocalyptic.
Like importing Endless Legend or Endless Space.
If I can guarantee, if you could easily import 3D models, we would already have Humankind Legend or Endless Humankind or whatever.
Humankind Legend. I like it. I would love to see that.
And like, you know, some of my favorite 4X game mods are like total conversions. Like I keep singing the praises of Fall from Heaven 2, and that's like, that took Civilization 4 and made it into a complete fantasy world. And so like they imported like dragons and everything, which are models that, you know, the normal Civ never had.
Out of the raw stuff
I actually haven't checked Age of Wonders, a game that you probably know, because it would be hilarious if some people from our community will be able to do Endless Legend faction into Age of Wonders.
I had actually been thinking about looking into modding Age of Wonders for like making the factions a bit more different, like giving them a tier 4 unit each and all of that. But you know, that's not what we're here to talk about.
Humankind anime waifus. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure about that.
We had a mod like that on ES2.
Ah, really?
Yes. Oh, I forgot to actually select the culture. Damn it. Well, not the Bantu, because they get a special outpost, and I don't want to mess with the special outpost. I just want to test on a default one. So let's just pick the Caroline here.
Yes, you should go with one of the tribals to get an outpost. Stephanie got it. Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's get the science. Science.
Well, this guy is gonna go over here and just slap an outpost down somewhere.
No,
oh no, we don't have. We need 5.
Just get the science. Maybe
maybe
lucky.
We're lucky.
But you need 20, I think.
Just because
no,
a culture
until we need
died
5.
out doesn't
But
mean
it was only 1.
worthy of study.
Oh, you're fucked. So does it
it's
work as
gonna be fine.
intended? Finally, yes. Well, we did a small change, so we're gonna test it
Yeah,
now.
we're gonna test.
But it was working.
Well, I guess we should
With
already.
the
No,
Carolan's
wait,
talent for
we don't have
construction,
the research, so
a
we
boy,
can't
you
see
enjoy
it.
a
both
bear.
markets and monumental pyramids. It is not just a bunch of buildings. It is warmth, protection. It's one of those moments that make you feel like a small thing on a wondrous planet.
Yeah, you just build that, and while we research carpentry.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so at least nothing broke. That's
Okay.
already a good sign.
Yes, it's a good
Oh wait,
sign.
oh we had enough signs stored up, so we should be able to now see if it shows up. Okay, we have our Caroline healing, we have the archers that we unlocked, and we have this dude.
Yes.
And cannot be done without 0 money. Okay, they tooled it there. It seems to be kind of wrong, but I think part of that is because we don't have population and it's getting confused.
Ah. Well, I'm not sure about that. Let's see. Dun dun dun.
Okay, the cost is not defined. That's a problem. But if we define the money cost, it should work. Maybe if we have some money, it'll. Because right now we do have 0 monies.
No, you're gonna take 2 next turn.
Oh no, did we? Ah no, okay, this costs. For a moment there, I thought we had broken all research and everything was costing 0 now.
I guess we need to wait for next turn.
Because remember when we broke that on the modding tools and all of the text cost 0?
Yes.
Okay,
Maybe how much?
let's see.
It's a saying that they don't tell you how much money do you need, because they tell you.
No, the problem is I think it's undefined.
Ah.
So we made a mistake there. We need to define the cost somewhere.
Okay.
But I guess in the meantime we can double check.
No, because you don't have the influence.
How much? 15
Next turn.
next turn. Yes.
Would be hell of a bug though.
What, that everything costs 0? Oh no, Terrastus, that happened before. We changed how the tech costs are calculated, and suddenly all of the mods that had added new text and stuff, everything cost 0 because it was drawing on the old calculation instead of the new one.
Yes. It was deals time. Woo!
Okay.
Like cops text brilliantly. Ah, doing an unrelated change. Okay. You can just do it like
Oh,
this.
come on.
Yeah.
Now let's see if they show up.
Yes.
They show up, but yes, because we haven't properly defined the cost, it's broken. But in theory, it is possible.
Okay.
So let me see if I can actually.
And with that, we should I guess.
Well, let me just. I think we may have. We still have some minutes. Remember, it's at 54, not at 45. So let's see if I can find the cost where I need to define it.
That's important.
Construction.
I guess
I
you
guess-
need to define.
No. The money instant cost here.
Ah.
Wait, that's do we have? Wait, is this the Y? No, that's the Z. Money. Oh my God, there's so many monies.
Money, 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 money.
Benefit, resource, deposit, investment.
Coin rates? No. Oh my God.
I think there might not be a predefined money cost. Maybe we can find the predefined influence cost.
And can we just set how much is the archers, kind of, if you're looking for archers?
Well, the archers don't have a money cost.
Ah.
And I don't know. I don't think there's an unit that you buy with money in the game right now.
Can we just put a custom one? Say like 5?
Yeah, let's just say like, well, maybe not 5. Let's just put.
We don't have that many money.
But let's say 10.
Okay.
And then let's see if that works now.
Fair. 10 golds. Fair. Here, can we get crazy here and having like a specific rules based on the map wall?
That's what the RPNs are for.
But they don't know what's the RPN. When you just
The RPN is like a formula where you can be like, oh, game speed and world size and whatever can be part of that. and then this RPN calculates that, and then the unit just draws on that value.
But we will need to put it there.
But we would need to put it in an RPN definition.
So we need to create get the RPN.
Yes, we will need to create a separate entity that just it's basically just the formula.
Okay.
And I'm not sure if you can even create new RPNs.
Continue.
Yes, let's see if the loading the save works.
I'm pretty confident. We just put the number, so it should be okay.
If Cobbs were here, he would be laughing so much.
I know what you mean.
Just put a number, it should be fine.
It's fine. Oops, what is the UI? Oops, just disappears.
Oh, that wasn't even the worst one he had yet.
Okay.
So let's see if that worked. It actually scaled the money cost by game speed, it seems. Can it be done without 3 monies? But
you have 6.
Yeah, something is clearly still going wrong here. Oh, it's still drawing on the industry cost, I think. So it's like it has the cost 23 and 3. It shouldn't have the industry. It should have only the money cost. So I guess we need to disable the industry cost as well.
Okay.
Mistakes were made there. But as you can see, a lot of times modding is a lot of poking at it and figuring out, oh wait, no, now I realize I also need to change this little thing, and I need to change this little thing. So yes, this should be set to none.
And on the constraint, should we set 0 or nothing?
And then wait, instant money cost RPN definition we don't have.
And then when you see production cost, type none on the constant. Should we leave -1 or remove it? That one.
Right. Just to be safe, let's put a 0. Yes.
Okay. I would just remove it, but better 0, I guess.
And I don't think it can be empty.
Okay.
Because as you can see here, the influence was also preceded with a 0.
Okay.
And yes, can be bought out, obviously.
Yes.
It can be cancelled. This is also something that might be confusing.
It shouldn't be cancelled.
You can't cancel it because it's buyout. But this is one of those things where I'm not sure, and I would have to test it. If you have this, you buy it with an instant cost, whether you need to click off can be bought out, because technically you're not buying it out. So there might be like a conflict there. I'm not sure. So we'll have to see. But as I say, this is now experiment. But it's a very good representation of what modding actually is a lot of the times.
Totally right.
You poke at the files and you see what you can do and what you can't do and what you have to do. And you pray your PC doesn't catch fire.
Just put some music, relaxing music or something like that.
I'm thinking like, just put some relaxing music, and then Siri puts on the headphones, and then the camera zooms in close on the headphones, and then you hear the music getting louder, and then you realize it's like the Doom soundtrack or something like that. Relaxing music. Oh, the only thing they fear is you in the first stage, in the first battle.
Reality. Especially because you are just next to me, so you more or less you can hear sometimes the music if I put it really loud.
Yes.
You're like, okay.
Relaxing music. To be fair, for me that is sometimes true as well. It's like relaxing music, and it's like the most hardcore aggressive metal you can imagine.
It depends on what I'm doing.
So let's see if that fixed it. No, wrong tab. Nope, it didn't fix it.
No.
There's still something wrong.
Could it be because it's corrupted, and not just because?
One of the best ones I ever saw that was actually a Simpsons meme, but yeah, no, this is the kind of thing where I would probably spend hours and hours.
Can you go to the outpost? Can you buy out? No. Okay.
No. So
sometimes like
there's clearly something wrong, and
there's no population there.
Well, yes, but that we can fix by just.
Okay.
And this is something where the way to go about this would be, what I would do in this case is like, I think, okay, what unit in game has the effect I want, and I'm like,
Only
okay,
buyout.
Money buyout we don't have, but we have influence buyout.
Yes.
For the Bantu, for the Hunnic and Mongol hordes. So
yes.
I go in here and I'm like, okay, so let's see, unit, land unit definition,
right.
and then era to Hunnic horde, and so I just put that in here, and then I compare what that has that I don't.
But couldn't you
And
just
then
see the
I could see it here, but I find it's easier to browse here.
influence work like a charm?
So
Set production.
oh, let's click there.
Set production -1. Huh. But we have
So-
production. It should be production -1 then, because we have type none and have production -1.
And let's see if we replicate this if it works. And then okay, they don't have a money instant cost.
But how do you do it then?
I think it's based on the industry cost. It just converts it.
Huh?
And that's probably why the display was wrong, because it was
I say the fan and Mongol buyouts actually a civilization trade and not the itself.
okay.
If you don't mind
that's
opening
why.
the VIP files with the asset loader, you can check how I did it with the Gear. Oh, that's a lot of things for.
Yeah,
like, a
I'm
few
not sure I
minutes.
could find the files right now. But yes, this is something where you need to poke around, and then you discover stuff like what Dr. Kane just said, that oh no, actually it's on the civilization.
And also, in any case, just if you wanted to experiment, I would recommend you to join to the official Discord.
Yes,
There
we
is
have a bunch
channel-
of modders there who know way
Yes.
better how these tools work than I do, because
Yeah.
they've been working with them for months and months on end.
So have a channel called Modding, so you can poke them. They're super funny and they can help. They try to help all the time to any questions you may have. So please just go there and
Yes.
ask questions because they're super funny.
But anyway, I don't know yet. Maybe I will go ahead and like finish this as a proper example mod without the buyout cost, with just the basic unit. Make it super OP but super expensive or something like that.
Before closing this site, can we? Because now we have made some changes. How can we update the version that we have it?
Well,
So we have them published.
that again goes through the publish, and then you just put in the higher version number and change notes here.
So it can be like 0.2, and you
Technically, when you build it here,
Okay.
you need to. You can see it has automatically been updating our version number as we made major changes,
Okay.
and that you can also have like reset it if you're like, oh, it updated this way more than it should because I was just poking at it. Then you can reset it, and then
Okay.
it'll go back.
Okay.
But obviously, if you want to do a big mod, I would very much recommend being like, oh, first I'm just gonna do like, open this, import everything in a separate project, and then you make your plan for like, I want to do these changes, I can use these things as like my baseline, and make a proper plan for what you need to import, so you don't do it piecemeal like I was doing here.
And I'm not sure if you have experimented this because it's like a tricky question. Do you know how to import a mod in? So, for example, if like, hey, I have tried the VIP mod pack from Dr. Kane, I want to just.
Dr. Kane says it's very easy, but I haven't tried it yet.
Okay, so that's for another day.
So it's probably, I don't know if it's like on this or if it's somewhere else.
It's fine. I just wanted. And the last
But
question.
yes, it's. Well, I guess it's probably like select databases folder. You can like add like the other mod or something like that. I don't know. Dr. Kane can probably tell us.
In any case, if you want to get from another mods, and we are not gonna show it today because we're gonna finish it. It's a Mercury asset loader.
Okay. Mercury asset loader.
Asset loader.
There's no asset loader under Mercury.
It's a trap. It's a yes. Nope. Manual asset by that one.
There. Okay, and then you can like locate the file and
okay.
It's probably like humankind.
Yeah, but you need to download the mod first, I guess.
Community mod, blah blah. You find the mod and then you can select that, I suspect. And then you can open the asset explorer of that and pick them out.
Okay. Well, now you know.
But yes, we are running out of time because we have to. Well, we want to send you off somewhere else.
Yes.
Because we actually have a little something happening at the. Oh wait, which one of
is IGN Summerfest?
Yeah, it's the Summer Game Fest. Yes.
The Summer Game Fest.
There are way too many gaming shows in the next 2 weeks. I looked at the list on Steam today, and there's like 8 different gaming shows or whatever.
I think we can say what is gonna happen. Not just...
Yes, it's not Humankind.
Nope.
We have a new hero reveal for Endless Dungeon.
Yes.
But because we gave it to IGN to show it off, we're gonna direct you to the Twitch stream of IGN, so you can watch it there.
Let me see if they are streaming, because that's interesting to know if they are
well,
already
they should be
streaming.
they should be streaming. They started like ages ago in theory.
Sure,
yes, we should.
No
Well,
worry.
when we shouldn't do it on the
Oh,
screen here.
shit.
You should drag this over to.
Okay. I just you don't see it. Now I'm not sure what I did. It's over there. It's fine. I can just do it here. IGN. I'm just checking if they are already streaming or not. Yes. So I'm just gonna grab it. I'm not sure if they started. No, they didn't start. Oh, they started, but not now.
So yes, they are having the Summer Game Fest right now. So we'll right over to their channel so you can enjoy the new Endless Dungeon hero reveal there. And
you
then
want to say which hero?
I think I want to keep that a surprise for.
But it's a hero that is super loved by the community.
Yes, it's a quite popular one, and then maybe you stick around for whatever other announcements they have. Because I have no idea what else is. Well, I have some ideas of what's coming because I've seen like teasers on Twitter. But, but my memory is bad and it's late, and we need to be going home soon to actually have some dinner and stuff.
Just to mention, like, it's not only today, because I think on Saturday and on Sunday they have a stream revelation for some games, because I think a couple of games like Frostpunk, I think they're gonna be something on Saturday.
There's so much game announcements going on. Actually, if you go to Steam, they have a hyperpage for all of this. It's like Summer of Games or whatever, and they list all of the different streams that are happening soon. So there's way too many announcements. My backlog is way too big. I can't afford to add another like 20 games to it, but there will be 20 more games. It's like, hey, games industry, can you please stop for 3 years so I can finish my backlog?
I know the pain of, and now we have the money, because when you are a kid, like, oh, sure, I cannot afford it, whatever. Like, oh, a new game. I'm going to buy it. Can I play? No. But I'm going to put it on my library.
Yes, I have so many games that I haven't even touched yet.
And you see, Axel, 550 games on the wish list. Come on. That's too much.
See, I have probably about that many in my library now.
On the library, okay.
Because of the Sega key.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And also a bunch of like Humble Games bundles I bought.
Yeah, I bought a couple of those. Well, more than a couple.
And like between Humble Store, GOG, and Steam, I probably have like 500 games in my library. Some of them are like super short. I just never got around to them. But anyway, we should rate over because they should be streaming soon.
They tell us more or less hour that when it's going to happen, but we don't know yet the specific hour because it could be late.
It should be in a few minutes. So see you next week.
No, I know it's fine. It's ready to rate in. It's not gonna rate in now. It's fine. So yes, I wanted to thank you, all of you, for being with us and seeing how we experiment and do a quick guiding. Thanks, Stephanie, for doing all the hard work.
I'm glad I wasn't completely lost.
No, because you did a hard work before the few days in the past. In any case, thank you so much. And we don't want to reveal what's the hero reveal. I'm just going to say pew, pew, pew. That's the reference I'm going to keep for if you see it. It should be in a couple of minutes, according of the timing that we know, but maybe they go with some minutes of delay.
Yes.
But it should be in a couple of minutes. So if you don't see it, I guess on YouTube you will see it on the next days, or we're gonna post it on Discord.
I'm sure somebody will post it on Discord, and if not, we'll at the latest on Monday we'll be sharing it.
Exactly.
So see you all next week.
Thank you very much, and see you everyone. And next week I guess it's going to be Jordan, but maybe you see me in not that long. Bye.
Was that a threat?
It's a